evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for our live stream. We're so glad that we're able to share all of these wonderful, amazing plays with you this evening. Before we get started, I'm just going to run through a couple of quick housekeeping items. So hi, my name is Ashley. I am the marketing assistant. And so if you are experiencing any issues with accessing the live stream, if things are glitching or anything like that, usually a quick refresh of your page fixes those problems. So hopefully we won't have any technical issues. Also, we are going to be doing a giveaway at the end of our live stream. So anybody who comments in the comment section of our Facebook Live event is automatically entered into the giveaway. So you will be eligible to win one free copy of one of the plays that you're going to be hearing tonight of your choice. So we'll select a few winners at the end of the live stream. And other than that, we're going to be going right into our different plays. So I'm going to pass things over to Glenda to just kind of welcome everybody and introduce our host.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Glenda McFarlane. I'm the series editor for Scirocco Drama, and I'm really so delighted with our 2020 lineup, and I'm so pleased to welcome you to our 2020 launch. And now I would like to turn it over to the wonderful Marcia Johnson, who is our host for this evening, as well as one of our authors.
Hello, everyone. This is one of my favorite things to do, is just introducing the scripts that Scirocco Drama publishes from time to time. I just wanted to take a moment to talk about all the changes that have happened in this incredible year. And I'd like to focus on one thing, which I truly find fascinating. And that is that nature and wildlife are bouncing back now that we humans have to stay home. So I was thinking that we can't go back to business as usual. You know, when we come through this, we have to respect the land the way that the original caretakers of the land did, and many of their descendants still do. The writers tonight live or have lived all over Turtle Island. I'm speaking to you from Toronto, or Takaranto, which falls within the traditional territory of the Wendat, Anishinaabeg, and Haudenosaunee peoples. I've made a donation in honor of tonight to Urban Shaman Incorporated, and it's an Aboriginal artist-run center located in Winnipeg, where Scirocco Drama's offices are. Winnipeg is the traditional territory of Anishinaabeg, Cree, Oji-Cree, Assiniboine, Dakota, Dene, and the homeland of the Métis Union. Many nations are represented here tonight. Thank you for joining us. And I'm going to now hand you back over to Ashley, who's going to show a little trailer, and then you're going to have the reading. It's going to be short and sweet, and please stay for the whole thing and try to win a book. Just put your name in the comment section, then that'll be put into a hat, and then at the end of the night, 3 names will be drawn, and each of you gets to pick your wonderful Scirocco Drama publication. See you in a minute.
Yeah, so I'm just going to quick play the wonderful trailer that just gives you a little taste of what some of these plays are that you're going to be hearing tonight. hope that you enjoyed that. So I'm going to pass things over to our host, and she will introduce our first reader.
Excellent. So the first reader tonight is Haley McGee, and the script is The Ex-Boyfriend Yard Sale. Haley McGee is a writer and performer. Born and raised in Kitchener-Waterloo, Haley lived in Toronto for 12 years before moving to London, the one in the UK, where she now lives. The Ex-Boyfriend Yard Sale is memoir-based, and Haley teaches theater artists how to create and self-produce their own solo shows in her Solo Show Creation Lab, as well as offering a series of workshops and courses to help creative folks overcome their blocks and earn money from their art. I don't know for sure, but something tells me that this is a huge market. Please welcome Haley McGee.
Thank you so much. I'm just going to dive right in. I'm going to share with you the first couple minutes of The Ex-Boyfriend Yard Sale. I walk down the high street in my new neighborhood in London, England. I don't like this route, but I have to traverse the city on the diagonal to save time. I'm late and I'm worrying. How am I going to come up with that much money? I get to the crosswalk and it hits me. Maybe I could get $500 to have sex with someone. I think I could probably get $500 to have sex with someone. I'm in pretty good shape. I've never given birth. I've had sex with fewer than 25, well, definitely fewer than 30 people ever. That's got to be worth something. Although for $500 a pop, I'd have to do it 20 times. I can't. I pass the supermarket and a homeless guy asks me if I can spare a pound. Sorry, man. You can't spare 1 pound? No, I can't spare 1 pound. I can see the bank now and it hits me. Maybe I could get $1,000 to have sex with someone. I think I could probably get $1,000 to have sex with someone. Although for $1,000, I'd probably have to spend the night and I'd still have to do it 10 times. Essentially, that's 2 entire working weeks of my life. Plus, my boobs are small, my labia's messy. I don't understand the politics of pubic hair. I don't know what I would wear. Where would I advertise? The internet, you advertise these kinds of things on the internet. Oh God, would I have to post my picture? I can't. I get to the bank and it hits me. Although, if I'm one rich person's exact type, maybe I could get 10 grand for one night. 10 grand would change my life. I enter the bank. I go up the stairs into the little room and I ask for a line of credit. They crunch the numbers and no. I take the long way home. The scenery's better and I'm rich in time. When I get home, I call Visa. I ask them to lower my interest rate from 19.25% to, I don't know, something like 11? No. Okay, well, could you not charge me interest this month? Why not? Because I'm going to sell some things. And as I say this, I look around my apartment and realize the only things I could sell, the only things I own that are worth anything monetarily have all been given to me by my different ex-boyfriends. My credit card's maxed out. I owe 10 grand. My checking account's in overdraft. I don't have a savings account. So I decide to have a yard sale. I have 8 objects from 8 different ex-boyfriends. A vintage typewriter, an acoustic guitar, a specialized bike, a white gold sapphire and diamond necklace, a ceramic French press, a denim Herschel backpack from before they went mainstream, a mixed CD from 2002 featuring the music of Fish, Counting Crows, and Blink-182, and this t-shirt, which is very precious. Help with the show I'm making. That's a subject line from an email I wrote to one of my exes. I have the email here. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you so much, Haley. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's a great way to start the night and have a wonderful sleep.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So the next script is Bug by Yolanda Bonnell, who is a queer, two-spirit Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, and South Asian European mixed performer, playwright, and multidisciplinary creator educator. Originally from Fort William First Nation in Thunder Bay, Ontario, Superior Robinson Treaty Territory, Yolanda's arts practice is now based in Takaranto. In February of this year, just before theaters closed, Toronto was lucky enough to have a remount of Bug at Theatre Parmar. Please welcome Yolanda.
Ani ani bajo Yolanda Nindishnakas Gijiba Mainga Nindigo Ojibwe Mang Makwanindo Dam Fort William First Nation Ndonjaba Dagarando Ninda. Hello, my name is Yolanda Bonnell. I often introduce myself in my language. My friend Leslie says it makes our ancestors happy, so I try to do that anytime I can. Miigwech for being here. So I'm going to read an excerpt from my play Bug, which is a story about the effects of intergenerational trauma on Indigenous women and the strength and resilience it takes to heal from it. So I'm going to read two scenes. The first is the opening poem, which is usually spoken by an elder on a recording. In our case, it was the amazing Sadie Buck who read it. I struggled with an opening for this story for a long time, and I finally just sort of had to ask myself, what do I want to say? And just, say it. So I did, and this is what I wanted to say. What you don't understand is where it came from. You don't understand why. The root that grew into a tree of poison and self-loathing. What you don't understand is how difficult it is to navigate the branches while everyone wants to cut down the tree. The tree is sick. What you don't understand is that the tree is sick. The poison cycles so much it became embedded into our bark. Sickness was planted in us, and we are trying to get well. Everything is heavier, harder. What you don't understand is that trauma set us up to fail, like the policies that fail. What you don't understand is how resilient we are. What you don't understand is how important it is that we live, keep living, despite the poison of trauma that runs in our veins. The tree may be sick, but our ancestors are lush green leaves that continue to give us life. The girl is born in this cycle and speaks from within it. She is here because of the strength of her ancestors. So the second scene I'm going to read is the final scene. And I wanted to read this because it's my favorite scene to perform. And it just, for me, has a deep sense of healing and home and reclamation. And it bookends the opening in many ways. So it's called Home. The girl walks the same path she did in the beginning. Slowly as she speaks, ancestors begin to reveal themselves. There's this path in the woods near my auntie's house on the res. That's where I used to try and catch them. The glowies, the fireflies. There's a point in the middle where you can stand and not see any houses no matter which way you look. Like I can look over there and know that my cousin's house is there, but I can't see it, It's just trees and birds and rays of sunshine in the day and a little moonlight at night and those fireflies. It's quiet. It's peaceful. It's home. And I want to bring her here someday, my little ladybug, when I want her to see this and feel this and know that not everything is shit. I need her to know that her ancestors are lush green leaves that give her life. My auntie used to tell me stories, and I I never really paid attention. But being here, I can hear them. I can feel them. Here. They've been here the whole time. She hears her ancestors. She basks in their strength and love. She grabs something from the air. She holds it up in her fists, circling. And now, I swear, I'm glowing in the dark too. I am glowing. I'm glowing. She goes to open her hand, but it goes dark before she does. Fireflies flicker in the dark. Miigwech.
Oh my goodness. That's just the first two, everybody. Thank you so much, Yolanda. That was beautiful.
Miigwech.
All right, so now we are moving on to Controlled Damage by Andrea Scott. Now, Andrea is a Toronto playwright and screenwriter. Scirocco also published. No. You can mute until I'm done talking, and then people won't hear me all over the place. Yay, that's terrific. So Scirocco also published Better Angels, a Parable, and Eating Pomegranates Naked in a 2-play collection just 2 years ago. So like Yolanda, her play being launched tonight was able to get a run-in before theaters closed. This time, it was the lucky people of Halifax who got to see Controlled Damage at Neptune Theatre in association with B Current Theatre. So you can turn your sound back on. Welcome, Andrea Scott.
Hi, thank you very much. Okay, technical difficulties over. Here we go. So this is a scene called Black Guys, 3 black men who are gossiping about Viola Desmond. I'm just asking. I know what you're asking. No, you don't. My question is, why she have to go back to the court about it, huh? She charged and paid the fine. That's it. It's done. Move on, man. She done suffered enough. It's not bad enough that she had to deal with ugly in New Glasgow, where she don't even live, but she have to make a fuss and cause trouble here? Nah, man, move on. I think that misery loves company. I agree. You agree? You see that? I got some support over here. She uppity. What? She one of them light-skinned gals that think that what happened to her happened to all of us, and we all know that ain't true. No, we don't know what she's been through. She's been discriminated against, just like us. Like us? You and me? You got a college degree? He's right. I mean, I've only but nodded to her when I go to Jack's barbershop. She's tiny, too. When you say tiny, what do you mean? You know, little, but real small, like yay high. Oh, so she's a midget. No, man, she's not a midget. She's just about, like, this big. Ooh, no bigger than my Jenny. How old is she now? 13 next month. Christmas baby. Yeah, February was long and cold, you know. So imagine 2 big white men putting their hands on your Jenny, huh? Imagine it. Listen, Viola, she nice and all, but she have ears, you know? Went to some fancy school. Who here can afford that? None of us upstanding, law-abiding Negroes. I don't like that word. What word? Negro. Well, that's what you is, ain't you? No, I'm a colored man. In the United States, they got the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, not Negro. What's wrong with Negro? It's better than coon and way better than nigger. Negro is a slave owned by the massa. We all came from slaves, nothing to be ashamed of. I'm from loyalist stock. Yeah, and they came from slaves. Freedmen. Oh, man. You just like that Desmond woman. Forget who you are. Colored, Negro, darky, gollywog. Gollywog? Yeah, that's what the Brits call us during the war. Whites ain't never gonna call us what we want, which is our God-given name. Remember that. Bye-bye play.
Yes. What a fabulous idea. All of these plays are for sale. All of them. And you can order them through Playwrights Guild of Canada Play Connect outlet. You can get them through your favorite indie bookstore. They will order a book for you. And if you want to try your luck, put your name in the comment section with your little wave, and your name will be put into a hat, and you will get to pick a play. 3 of you will win. It can be Andrea's play. It doesn't have to be, but you have a lot to choose from. So our next one is Dragonfly by Lara Rae. Lara is a writer and stand-up comedian based in Winnipeg. She is one of the co-developers of the internationally acclaimed comedy Little Mosque on the Prairie. Dragonfly had its workshop production premiere at the Rachel Brown Theatre on March 13th, 2019, produced by Theatre Projects Manitoba. Please welcome Lara.
Thank you very much. This play is a two-hander, and it's meant to be the inside voice of a trans person. And so I'm going to play both parts. However, both parts are me. We're not split kind of along gender lines, but just as I said, it's the kind of inside of a trans person. So much we focus on our outsides as a society. And so this is meant to be the inside. And this is from a section called Purgatory/Puberty, because it's probably one of the hardest things trans people have to endure is going through the wrong puberty. Then I was 13. I loved junior high. I loved the book carousel and the library with the Vonnegut's and the Zindels. My best friend lived there on the fiction shelf. Her name was McKelly, and she was like a boy, but she was a girl. I wanted to be her so badly, to be inside that book, in the hot summer, in the hot south. In a town, there were 2 mutes, and they were always together. That's how it begins. The Heart is the Lonely Hunter that Carson McCullers wrote when she was 23 years old. The book is full of sadness, and silence hangs in the human air. But one night it cools, and Mick is on the verge, and she puts on a dress, and she puts on lipstick, and soon she will be a woman, but for now she is in between, and I sat alone and read. And it was my favorite book, except for my secret book. For it so happened that it came to pass in that busy year as our bodies erupted, like Lord of the Flies, we were left to our own devices. The teachers had gone on strike, and it lasted a month. And those parents who were nervous to leave us at home unattended could push us out the door and off to school. A student body with no head. We did busy work and bided the time, and no one died by sheer luck. And inside we began to slowly change, and the boys mostly would head back home after being pushed out the door in the morning by mothers who worked or by parents who had simply given up. And so the library was really a repository for the weak, or who goes to school unless made to do so, or reads a book unless made to do so. There were girls, and me, and my secret book. And there was no recess because there were no classes, and there was no recess because it was junior high. So when the weather was warm, kids would go outside, and the girls would sit in circles, and I was outside too, and outside the circle. But there was much talk among the girls, the obvious breasts, which began to grow in, and I knew instinctively grew in sore, and periods. And although on the margins, I knew more about these miracles than matters closer to home. My outside body was like a stone in a poison rose, and I felt flooded with hormones and shame, and I could no longer be calm. Never would my body spontaneously change at 14 with angry, hateful industry that left me swollen and raw. I said with bitterness, "You're a man now." It was the end of my calm, and I closed my secret book. All that spring I had read that book. It had a black cover, and it told you what happened, what was to come. And it showed you with drawings that filled me with awe what could happen, because one day, but you certainly did not want it to happen at school. Not the start of it or how it all ends up. But one day the book said, one day if you were lucky, your body could make a baby. Because the egg would not come out and run down red your leg. It would stay in. And you could grow a baby. And your breasts would fill with milk. And I could feed my baby. And what more could you ask of a life? Thank you.
Thank you, Lara. Whew. Do you know what, Scirocco could use is maybe some diversity in the kinds of scripts that they have. Oh, I tell you, look, what have we come through? This is just the fourth book, and we've been all over the place. These are wonderfully chosen, and you're all doing a great job. It's not easy picking a short excerpt, but we need to really keep track of time. So I'll shut up now and move on to the next book. Thank you, Lara. Our next book is Lo, or Dear Mr. Wells by Rose Napoli. Rose Napoli is an actor and writer based in Toronto. She was named by Now magazine as a top 10 theater artist and has been called a rising star and an artist to watch. Did you hear the quotation marks? By the Toronto Star and Globe and Mail, respectively. Just like with Andrea, I hosted her launch of another play published by Scirocco, Oregano. Lo, or Dear Mr. Bills, premiered in October 2017, co-produced by Nightwood and Crow's Theatre. Please welcome Rose Napoli.
Thank you so much, Marcia and Glenda and all. This is an honor. I'm going to read from the beginning of the play. Lo, or Dear Mr. Wells. Blackness. A loud knock on a door can be heard in the darkness. The sound lingers for a moment. A pool of light reveals Laura, 25. Her t-shirt is cut just a little too low. For 10 years, I've imagined this, and now here it is. Summer. It's Sunday morning. The air is promising parks and pools and bee stings and playing catch until the kids flop home exhausted at the end of a perfect day. You have 2 children now. Summertime is family time. In summer, the mornings are happily absent of school bells and lesson planning. And students, especially the students. The freedom of August. It had to be a day in summer. It's the way I've imagined it for 10 years. It's a long time. A lifetime. Besides, nothing bad ever happens in the summer. The knocking sound again. The pancakes are on the griddle. I used to think you'd be flipping burgers. Remember? I said that once to you, but I think I like flipping pancakes. It works. And she's making coffee. Sarah. The exact way you like it. Strong, French pressed, cream and sugar. You've tried to drink it black, but you just can't bear the bitter. The kids are watching some vile cartoon on the television in the front room. I can see them from where I'm standing. The younger one is plump. The older one has your chin. Their addiction to television embarrasses you because you wish they were readers. The knocking sound again. Are you expecting anybody, Sarah? You call back to the pancakes as you saunter to the front door, your salt and pepper hair billowing. Who could be knocking on a Sunday morning? Who? It's me, Mr. Mouse. Alan opens the front door. A manuscript sits in front of him on the porch. Laura gestures, and the pages fly up and around Alan. The pages fly as we move back in time 10 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Rose. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. All right, we are at the halfway mark. Can you believe that? These writers have been really amazing. Like I said, it's hard to pick a short excerpt to be able to present and give a good idea, but they've been all been doing a great job. So our next book is The Orchard, After Chekhov by Sarena Parmar. Sarena Parmar is a Canadian actor and playwright. She is a graduate of the acting program at National Theatre School and the Birmingham Conservatory for Classical Theatre at Stratford Festival. She is also a recipient of the Elliot Hayes Playwright Development Fund awarded by the festival. The Orchard, After Chekhov is her first full-length play. It premiered at the Shaw Festival in 2018, making her the first South Asian playwright produced in that festival's history. Please welcome Sarena Parmar.
Hi, everybody. So I'm going to read from The Orchard After Chekhov, which is an adaptation of Anton Chekhov's The Cherry Orchard. A little context, this is set in the Okanagan Valley with a Punjabi Sikh family on their family orchard. So it's two characters here. Barbara is the eldest cousin, and she's alone in the orchard in this scene. And she's devoutly Sikh and has been spending a lot of time at the Presbyterian church trying to fit in and feel a little less lonely. And in this scene, we also meet Yash, who is a very close friend and has had no trouble assimilating. He's kind of a ladies' man, and he's always got a joint in his pocket. So silence. Barbara alone in the orchard. She secretly takes out a gutka, which is a daily prayer book for Sikhs, and carefully unwraps it. She intones part of the Reirat Sahib, which are our evening prayers. She's been reciting this prayer her entire life. Ik Onkar Satkav Pratsav. She continues. Yash sneaks in. Barbara? Holy shit, you scared me. What are you doing here? I thought you were Presbyterian. Go away, Yash. Is that Kesser's gutka? He's gonna be so pissed. Isn't there a girl in a backseat that needs you? Seriously, what are you doing? Barbara says, I got baptized today. Yikes. After the service, I invited Susan and the girls back to the house so we could celebrate and they could meet everyone, but the girls didn't want to come. They said it would be more fun to go to Kentucky Fried Chicken, which they know I can't eat because I'm vegetarian, and I said, can't we just go to Denny's or something? But they really like fried chicken and went without me, and when is it going to be enough? I wear their clothes, I eat their food, I pray to their God, I'm doing everything right. They lied, Yash, they did. Yash says, their country, their rules. I know. Yash, you could try this shaggy haircut. Worked for me. She laughs a little. It means you try harder. Barbara, can you take the gutka back? Yash takes the book and starts to leave. Wait. Take my kara too. She tries to remove her kara, which is a steel bracelet, an article of faith for the Sikhs. It doesn't come off easily. It's weird. I'd never taken this off before. When I moved here, I thought I'd die and be reincarnated and have another chance at happiness. You know? Their country, their rules, right? Yash. I'm not the guy to talk you out of this, Barbara. Barbara takes off her kara. Fine, he says. Your secret's safe with me. Yash takes the kara and leaves. Barbara is alone. Guru Nanak Ji, I want to disappear completely into a new skin, a new life. So I guess what I'm asking is, please just let me go. Next time I look in the mirror, I don't want to see you staring back. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. The end.
Thank you, Sarena. Beautifully read, beautifully written. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now we're moving on. We're past the halfway mark. Isn't that crazy? Isn't this fun? Yes, it's fun. All right, so the next script is The Runner by Christopher Morris. And Christopher is a playwright, director, and actor, and is the artistic director of the Toronto-based theatre company Human Cargo. Past playwriting credits include Our Beautiful Sons, which was at Blythe Festival in 2017, and where he was also the 2012 playwright in residence. I saw The Runner at Tarragon just before the shutdown, but it had an earlier production co-produced by Human Cargo and Theatre Past Meree, winning 2019 or Dora Awards in 2019 for Outstanding New Play and Best Production. Please welcome Christopher Morris.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I'll be reading from The Runner. It's a one-person play, and the character is Jacob, and it takes place somewhere between life and death. And this is in the middle of the play. Okay, the Ukraine. Zaka got a call from a Jewish organization in the Ukraine, who were convinced there was a mass grave on a piece of land that had just been sold to a developer, but it had never been proven. So the builder gave them 3 days to sort it all out, and after that, the condo was going up. So they called Zaka to go there and dig it up, and Zaka sent me to do it. See, I remember all this clearly. If people were in a mass grave, they were murdered. They were buried without dignity, so I went there. I flew to the Ukraine right away and dug and dug and dug for 3 straight days. Started finding skulls and femurs and clothing, unearthed the remains of 283 women and children, 283 Jewish women and children, larger skeletons lying beside the tiny skeletons of their children, one clean bullet hole bored into every skull. Okay? So the job was to line up the skeletons in rows before putting them into their coffins, but there was a larger skeleton that had its arms wrapped around a smaller skeleton. The job was to separate each individual skeleton, but this mother, she had her arms wrapped around her child, her daughter. She died holding her daughter. How could I do it? How could I separate them? I couldn't even touch them. I just stared at them. What did that mother think when she looked up at their killer, with her arms wrapped around her daughter? What do you think at a moment like that? Did she go before her daughter, God willing? Or maybe she wanted her child to go first, to spare her daughter the horror of seeing her mother being murdered, to spare her the feeling of terror before she died. I bet you this mother did everything she could to calm her child, to help her not be scared, to let her daughter know that she loved her, that she'll always love her, that they'll always be together, that she'd be there. I honored that mother and her child. I honored their love. I took off my gloves, their bones. I laid them down together. Thank you.
Thank you, Christopher. Very powerful, very powerful. You did a lovely job reading it too. Who's going to follow that one? Yeah, and did you know that playwrights could be men? I just wanted to take a moment to say that in the last few years, 30% of the professional plays produced in Canada have been by women and non-binary people, and that is an all-time high. I just wanted to put a nod to Glenda and Karen and everyone at Scirocco for doing such a beautiful job of representing Canada. All right, so the next play, our next reader, oh, no, I was going to do it.
All right. Marcia would like to introduce herself. Okay.
Yeah, there goes the joke, but you know, it's all right.
All right.
All right, so our next reader is a playwright, actor, dramaturg, and director of audiobooks. This year, she joins the exclusive club of playwrights whose premieres happened before the COVID lockdown. She also acted in the play, which she was very happy to do at Western Canada Theatre. But one of her favorite accomplishments is hosting the Scirocco Drama book launches. Please welcome, reading from her play, Serving Elizabeth, Marcia Johnson. Hello. So this is a scene in London, England in 2015. Stephen is an English actor who just auditioned for a mini-series about the Queen. And Tia is a Kenyan-Canadian film student who helped him at his audition. She stood in for Elizabeth, and they were both shocked to discover that during the scene, he had to kiss her feet. So they are now having a drink, and they have just had a kiss on the mouth, which went much better. They're really hitting it off. So this is Steve starting it off. Well, I booked a film. Oh, congratulations. What is it? Untitled American spy drama. I play a Secret Service agent. Let's hear your accent. This way, Mr. President. Your car is waiting. It's like you're from the Midwest. Thanks. When do you shoot? In about 2 weeks. It's a bigger part, so my agent took me out of the running for your show. Would you have done it otherwise? Free trip to Africa. There's that. Might have taken the opportunity to find my roots. You already know yours, yeah? Sure. Am I boring you? What? No. You were thinking about the Kenya script again. I was wondering how far Ascot is. You know? All right, steady on. It was your idea. Most certainly was not. I should have thought of it myself. Tia, don't do anything crazy. Define crazy. Look, you're an unpaid intern. Just keep your head down. All right, all right. You're not going to let it go, are you? Sure. Tia. What? She kisses him. Nothing. That's me. I started reading it later in the scene than I meant to, but still, that's a tease. It's one of the books that you can pick if you put your name in, get the draw, or you could order it from your friendly neighborhood bookstore. Give them a hand. All right, so our next reader is Meree Vingoe with her play Some Blow Flutes. Meree Vingoe is a director, artistic director, festival director, playwright, teacher, and actor. She is celebrated for co-founding 4 major theater companies: Toronto's Nightwood Theatre, Ship's Company Theatre in Parsboro, Nova Scotia, the Eastern Front Theatre in Halifax, and the Magnetic North Theatre Festival at Canada's National Arts Centre. Her play Refuge is published by Scirocco Drama and was shortlisted for the 2016 Governor General's Award for Drama. Some Blow Flutes was nominated for Best New Play at the 2019 Merit Awards. Please welcome Meree Vingoe.
Hard act to follow. Some Blow Flutes was written partially in response to my experience with dementia. I'm going to read a short scene between 2 teenagers, Leah Frangoulis and Marika Pomerensky. They're both 14. They're in Marika's bedroom. Marika's on her phone, and they are both smoking dope. So, well, maybe you could tell someone. I can't tell anyone. Well, your mom? No, I told you, she doesn't live here. I know, but she says all life is sacred. Yeah? Yeah, like no way she'd ever let me have it. No, maybe some people just say that. Like maybe, no, she's serious. And there's this thing called original sin, like no one gets to heaven unless they take Jesus as their savior. Yeah? Yeah, she never used to be like that. When did she change? I don't know. When my dad left, I guess. When I was a kid, my parents didn't even go to church. Really? Yeah. Well, now she goes to this weird place, like it's in someone's basement, and it smells, and she's crazy. My grandma sounds crazy sometimes. Yeah, well, she's old. Yeah, well, this is different. She can't remember anything. It's like her brain is shrinking. Oh, that's so gross. Yeah, I've been reading about it. About these new treatments for it on BuzzFeed. Sound waves. Sound waves? Yeah, on mice. Like they send these low pitched sounds through the mice brains, and it helps them remember things. How do they know? What? Well, what they remember? Who? The mice. Like, what do they remember? Oh, uh, I don't know. Maybe where the food is? Oh, how do they get the sounds through their ears? Oh, I don't know. Uh, Tiny headphones? What about Eric? Oh, I can't even. Can you tell your dad? What? About the baby. It's not a baby yet. Oh, and anyway, no way he wants another kid on his hands. Well, you could give it away. What? Well, I mean, like to an agency. No, it's mine. Maybe I should keep it. I mean, it would totally love me. Yeah, but it would be a lot of work and you'd have to quit school. Huh, big loss. Art class? Yeah, like they'd miss me. Yeah, my granddad won't even talk to me. Yeah, so, I mean, it's like I can't do anything right. Yeah, well, like he thinks Greece is like the center of the universe. Like he never stops talking about how great everything is and like the food and the way people act and especially women. Gran used to say, Greek men are all lunatics. Papu doesn't think there's anything wrong with Gran. She's English. No one can talk about it. About being English? No, about her memory. Oh, he's in total denial. He won't like say there's anything wrong, but he's worried she'll burn the house down when he's not there. Oh, how old is he? Who? Your grandfather. Oh, Papu? 70, I think. Oh, my God. How can you live with such old people? Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. 70-year-olds rock. Come on. Thank you so much. That was a beautiful reading. And believe it or not, our last writer is coming up. I want to make sure anyone who wants to put their name in for the draw so they can pick their own book, it's going to be drawn after this last reader. I do believe that's what's going to happen. And I just want to remind the writers, please check your email. There's a message in there for you. So, Suitcase / Adrenaline, those are two different titles, by Ahmad Meree. Ahmad Meree is an actor and playwright born in Aleppo, Syria. Ahmad came to Canada as a refugee in 2016 and currently lives in Kitchener, Ontario, where he works at MT Space as artistic associate, facilitator, and co-director of their young company. Suitcase from 2019 and Adrenaline 2017 are two of the 3 plays that he has written. They toured to the Riga Festival in Summerland, BC, Summerworks Performance Festival in Toronto, and Uno Festival in Victoria. So please welcome Ahmad Meree.
Thank you. I'm going to read the first scene from Adrenaline. It's a one-person show. And actually, I have performed this play many times in Arabic. It's my first time reading it in public in English now, COVID public. The play takes place on New Year's Eve. A table and 4 chairs in the center of the stage. And we see the furniture of a regular home, some of which have been put together to look like figures of people. We see a suit with a face hanging on it to represent the father. In another corner, we see a fan wearing a scarf representing the mother. We also see a propane tank wearing a t-shirt and modern hat representing the brother. Jabir comes in with a lot of grocery bags and gifts. He looks ready for the New Year's party. Jabir. Oh my God, how cold it is. It's so cold. He talks to the figures. Hello, Abu Jabir. How are you, Mom? How are you, Salim? Sorry I'm late. Lots of traffic out there. I had to go around to find everything I needed. Talks to the father figures. I wish you could see the world outside, Abu Jabir. People are so happy, wandering in the streets. Each one has something to do to get ready for the party. A lot of happy people outside, some with their families shopping, couples holding hands and walking in the cold, others running fast from one shop to the other. I saw one who reminded me of you, Abu Jabir. He was holding his son's hand and jumping from one shop to the other to buy him a gift. I remembered you. I remembered when you used to take me during the Eid to buy me a gift, and how I used to give you a hard time. And you walked with me patiently, without complaining. You were so patient until I found what I wanted. He kisses the suit sleeve. These were the good old days, Dad. Now I grew up and I am the one who buys you gifts. I got you something, I hope you like it. Gives his father a nice scarf. Here you go. You look great, very handsome. Come on, smile, Abu Jabir. This calls for a selfie to post on Facebook. Hashtag Abu Jabir. Grabs his cell phone from his pocket and takes a picture with the father. Come on, smile, Abu Jabir. Why are you frowning? Are you still upset because you saw me smoking? You are right. I promise I quit for good this time. You know that I always fulfill my promises to you. You smile. God bless this smile. You know, Abu Jabir, the same smile I used to see on your face when you took me with you to the workshop and I sat at the big machine and you saw me work. The same smile you had when I graduated from university. Now I see it again on your face. Always smile, Dad. Nothing is worth frowning about. Comes closer to the father. Excuse me, Abu Jabir. Let me go talk to my brother, Salim. I have a surprise for him. He moves towards the propane tank. Thank you.
Thank you. What a night. What a night. What a perfect way to end it. Thank you so much. So that's all of the plays. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for supporting playwrights. We're all writing like crazy so that you'll have something to watch when we come out of this. And so I'd like to thank Scirocco Drama for having me again. They are an imprint of the G. Gordon Shillingford Company, and they've been posting links all night, so you can order the scripts directly from them too. So now Glenda, the series editor, is going to draw a name. Or 3 names.
Thank you very much, Marcia. Just before I do that, I just would like to say what an honor it was to work with these playwrights, and to say thank you very, very much to all of the readers here tonight. It's so funny that you can't hear us applauding. We're all in our little cells going like this. But thank you very, very much. And now, time to draw some free books, courtesy of J. Gordon Shillingford Publishing.
And Karen, thank you.
Susie Wild, our first winner. Susie Wild. Yay, Susie. Marcia, how do the people get their books? Do they just message us through the Facebook page?
I can answer that question. So yes, the Facebook page will be reaching out to all of the winners, and we'll get their contact information so we can send them, let them pick which book they want, and then we'll send them that.
Great, very nice. All right, winner number 2 is Shayna Silver I can't read my
Good.
Sharon, yes. Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks, Shayna. And our third winner is Tan Light. Tan probably has all of our books. Tan is with the Literary Press Group. But Tan, maybe you want to give one for a Christmas gift. Thank you very much.
All right, and writers, remember, check your emails. And for everyone else, thank you so much for coming. Look, we made it 3 minutes before 8 o'clock. You can still, I don't know, catch whatever hot thing is on TV tonight, or I don't know. It's raining in Toronto. So
a big thank you to Karen Hyan, who makes all of this possible.
Yes, Karen. I'd said her first name because I was too nervous to try and pronounce her last name, but now I know it forever, Hyan. And thank you, Ashley. She's just going to give a little goodbye with a closing trailer. And thank you for supporting theater and playwrights. And can't wait to be able to hug you in person again, everybody.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. This was so lovely that we were able to do this, and that we were able to have people from all over the world tuning in for this, which wouldn't be possible during regular circumstances. So just to kind of end this wonderful evening, as I'm going to play the trailer one more time so you can see those books. Just a reminder that, again, there are links to purchase all of those titles in the comments section as well as in the description. So have a wonderful evening. Thank you.